The Data Importer tool is a separate program that is designed for RV parks that had a previous computer-based property management program and are wanting to import information from the old program. Data Importer doesn't address every system, and there are many times when the data from one program or database doesn't line up with a different one, but you may be able to get some of your information into RV Park. Data Importer will try to back up the RV Park database before you begin making changes. It is recommended you back the database up before making changes. The initial screen allows you to define what you want for the site types or what will be in the site. You can define up to 10 different types. It is recommended you don't have spaces between your first and last type. You can enter sites manually, modify guest data, or import data files from a spreadsheet. There is even a tool to export data from a MS Access database into a spreadsheet, which in turn can be imported into the RV Park database. We will not spend too much time on the entry of sites manually and modifying guest data options, because that is more easily accomplished in RV Park. The import data files and export access database options are more important. Let's look at the enter sites manually option first. When you open the panel, you will see the existing sites from the RV Park database. Any of these sites can be selected to edit its information, delete it from the database, or clone or copy that site some number of times. Selecting site number 20, you can see all of its parameters. You can change as many parameters as is necessary and then press the Save Site 20 button. You can also press the Delete Site 20 button and the site will be permanently deleted. If this is done, the site number 20 will never be available again. You will be able to create a site with 20 as an alias, but the site counter number 20 will be gone. There is a Create some number of clone sites option. If you needed 5 more sites with the above parameters, you could enter 5 in the field and then press the Create 5 Sites button, and 5 sites will be created. In the bottom of the panel, you can return to the Site Types panel, go to Guests panel, or go to the Import Data panel. We will go to the Guests panel. In the Guest panel, all you can do is edit an existing guest's information. You need to select the guest from the ID cell of the guest record. Then the fields can be changed, and by pressing the Save Guest button, the database record will be updated. A guest can also be deleted. This is highly discouraged from outside the RV Park program, because there are numerous associated data items that may be left behind, because Data Importer do not take care of cleaning up these other tables. In the bottom of this panel you can go back to sites, or site types, or you can go to the Import Data area. Going to the Data Import area, you will see several options for importing data. The imported data can represent sites, guests, or point-of-sale items. You must first let the program know which RV Park table will be imported to. The file containing the data to be imported can be a CSV, text, or Excel formatted file. If it is a CSV or text file, you must specify what character is separating the fields, either a comma or a semicolon. This is where you really need to have clean and properly formatted data. That is, if your file is using commas for delimiting the fields, but the file also has commas within some of the data areas, it is going to fail. The importer will assume the comma within the data to represent a new field and your data will not be right. The best import, with the highest degree of success, will be an Excel file. The next area is to select the file to be imported. This file must reside in the RV Park directory. When the data is imported, you can force the data to be in all capitals or title case. The last, or number 3 area, is for you to match the RV Park fields with the fields from the file being imported. Hopefully, the file to be imported had the data titles as its first line using the drop-down list under each RV Park field name. When there are fields that have a true-false type, sometimes they will show 1 and 0, or true and false, or yes and no. If your data file uses yes and no, and the field is a true-false field, you will need to check the yes-no checkbox. You can purge all of the current records from the table you are importing to using the Purge All Data button. Let's import some guest data. We will pick guest data, select the comma delimiter, pick the guest CSV file, then pick each of the corresponding field names. Once all of the fields are matched, press the Import button. You will be asked to create another backup of the database. You may want to press Yes and save a backup. You will get a confirmation of the backup and then a message of whether the import was successful. The point-of-sale import can make it really simple to import a spreadsheet of a lot of items you may be selling and already have a spreadsheet of those items. The last thing to discuss is the MS Access Export tool. I will use the RV Park database for illustrating this feature. When I select the park.mdb database, you will be shown the tables. The only access databases this doesn't work on are password protected. If you right-click on the table name, the importer will display the field names and the field data types. At the bottom of the panel you will see the number of records in the table. Check as many of the tables as you need exported. DataImporter will create a spreadsheet for each table with all of its data. This concludes the DataImporter overview video.